biology, economics, philosophy, psychology, sociology, there is no God, what sort of idea that is dealing with? It's a philosophical idea. God in itself, can he be seen?
No.
No. But can he be known?
Yes.
Yes, he could be known. But we can't really physically
See him.
or, what's another word? We can't see him or physically what? Prove his existence. We can't. Now, what I want you to remember in apologetics or Shama is provision, identity, and institution. Provision, identity, and institution, everything basically hinges on these three words here. Provision, identity, and institution. Provision has to do with what? With what? What do you hear the word provision? What does it have to do with?
Providing.
Providing what?
Your daily needs.
Okay, and what's your need?
Natural needs.
What you really need? Food.
Food,
Water, clothing, and shelter. Right? So if we look at food for provision, food, water, clothing, and shelter. Right? These four basics. That is what we need to what? To live. Provision. In our culture, that is what, who provide that?
The government.
So then, what people are dependent on?
They are dependent on the government.
Are they self-sufficient? Are they self-reliant? So now, when we are dealing with apologetics, now we got to deal with people, what? Provision. So now if you're talking to somebody, their argument will be in one of these three classifications. Either in provision, identity, or institution. Identity goes to what? Identity goes to what? F-E-T-H, Nick. How do you spell ethnic? E-T-H.
N-I-C.
N-I-C. Ethnic and ethnicity and what else?
Race.
Religion. Identity goes to ethnicity and religion. Those two categories, basically, and everything flows out from there. Institution goes towards what?
Schools, education, colleges, even certain religious institutions, churches.
Work environment, okay? School education, work environment. Anything to do with programming. So now, these three caption: theology, ethics, law, morality, science, biology, economics, sociology, philosophy, psychology, language, politics, all comes out from here. And this all goes for what? We could use other words. We could use what? We could use this with origin. Origin. Purpose. And destiny. D-S-T. Meaning. Origin. Purpose. D-S-T. Right? Origin, purpose, and destiny.
Purpose, P-U-R-P-O-U-S.
P-O-S-E.
P-O-S-E, yes. I'm sorry.
P-O-S-E.
No, P-U-R.
Yeah. P-O-S-E.
P-O-S-E.
And Destiny, you had it right the first time.
Okay.
Destiny, that's it. You naming people now?
I.
Aye, you had it right the first time.
Forgive his spelling.
These guys.
Yes, no. Well,
Person watching on Facebook, forgive us.
yeah, I always said I'm not good with the English language. This is why the English language is the way it is. Spelling. Yes, spelling. That's what I'm talking about. So, origin, purpose, and destiny. And provision, identity, and institution. So now when you look at this, how this is structured here, you have been programmed to think in a certain way. So now you have been programmed by this in order to function here in a worldview. So now, if we are Judeo-Christian, we have to answer this question. Is there a God? Does God exist? Which God is the true God? Who is he? If he does exist. And all those questions, it goes to one in these three categories. Anyhow you want to look at it, anyhow you want to break it down, it goes right into these categories. Right into these categories. And once, so now if a person say there is no God, what that goes to, what area of this, of these three areas here, these three categories does it goes into?
Identity.
There is no God. Yes, it goes into identity, right? Yes, it goes into identity. There is no God, but that doesn't really affecting you. There is no God speaking about what? Huh? That's right. So it's speaking about provision. Because check this out. Who providing for who most people are dependent on? The government. Right. So the government come as the provider. So the government is God. So it goes right back to Plato. They eliminate God out of the equation and the state becomes the God. That which we all must pay homage to. And this is what is going on in our culture. So now, when somebody says there is no God, who is programming them to think that way? Institutions. Institution is programming them to be that way. And now based upon your identity, meaning your ethics and your religion,
Ethics or ethnicity?
Ethnicity and your religion, you tend now to what? Either reject the truth and accept a lie. So now, how do you, there is no God? What ought to be your, I am saying to you, there is no God. What ought to be your response?
Why do you feel like, you ask the question and
Go ahead, answer me. Go ahead.
Why?
Go ahead, I'm listening.
Why do you say there's no God?
Very good. Very good. Why do I say that there is no God? So now what you just did.
Ask the question.
But what you just did.
You put the burden on you.
I am making the claim that there is no God. Do you have to prove that there is no God? Who said there is no God?
You did.
I did. So who's the burden of proof on to prove that there is no God?
You.
Me. So what you all have to remember, the burden of proof is on the person making the claim. So now there is no God. What you just said?
Why is there no God?
Good. So now you are asking me why is there no God. So now I am going to role play for you. And let me see how far you can go with the role play. Look at me. Watch. Look. So there is no. All right. I said there is no God. So now you ask me why is there no. Why do I say there is no God? Listen. All you Christian for so much years, you are claiming that there is a God. If there was a God, he would have showed up. He would have showed up and proved that he exists. He does not exist. You cannot prove that this unseen being exists. How you can believe in something that you don't see? That which you have never seen. You Christians have to be the dumbest set of people on this earth. We have science, and scientists have proven that this God that you all say exists doesn't exist. And science is clearly showing that we all came from one boom, a bang. Science is showing that. So tell me. So how you could say that there is a God? I think I give you enough proof that there is no God. Come on, respond.
So, guess I would have to go into the science aspect and now.
No, you give me a response right now. Give me a response. Come on, don't be bashful. Come on, give me a response. All of this is learning. Come on, give me a response. Don't be afraid. Give me any response. If you make a mistake, I'll correct you. I just tell you can't prove God. You have never seen God. Give me a response.
Okay. So how do you prove that there is no God?
But I just tell you, science, I just said science have no sort of bearing on this unseen God that you are claiming that exists.
So,
Can you show me
what?
where that is?
Right now you're asking me to show you. No,
So, what is your theory on